Hello, and welcome back. I have been tormenting a 1571, and the reason it is so tormented because, I seem to have forgotten the line number that I put in here. There it is. It was 1845, not 1745. I'm going to change that to 10. There we go. And I'm going to change the discs and just see if this disc is indeed a good candidate to be designated as a sleeve donor. Alright, I mean, it was making lots of noises and it wouldn't work. So just because the thing goes weird doesn't mean the disc drive is weird. It could be the disc. These discs too are old. Anyway, what do I have in front of me? But a power supply for Commodore 64. And firstly, I have to determine. I believe I can unplug this and do no damage. That disc is loud again. I think it's going to fail. I think it's going to fail. Anyway, the Commodore 64 power supply is plugged in. And of course, you never plug a power supply into a 64 that you don't know about. So I will take this and I will put it in to this tester made by Rudy, Rudy's Retro Intel. There's only one of these, and it reads 5.20, and that is certainly within acceptable parameters. Now, does the 9-volt side work? I don't know. This tester is for the 5-volt side. It is the one that will kill the 64. So I will leave this plugged in to see if the voltage does any great variance or does anything terrible. Now, if it had been bad, I would have cut the cables off immediately. So this noisy disc does seem to be going okay. Sort of. Kind of. I mean, it's still... Yeah, I think once this is done, I'm going to put this up over here. I have taken some discs apart and cleaned them. And I think one thing I forgot to do the last time when I did it, and I need to do more of these because they were filthy, is I got to have 2 bowls. One with the soap and water to let it soak and tidy and stuff. And the other I need to rinse because I think the soap residue can also be an impediment to things. But anyway, I think this disc, this noisy, awful thing, I'm going to put up over here and reuse the sleeve. So far, the drive is doing its thing, and this power supply is not varying in its voltage, and it's not feeling incredibly warm and hot. But, I had one, and this one, it's been sitting around for a while. It needs to take a toothbrush, maybe, or a paintbrush, and go through the fins a little bit, because there is some dust, and I'm sure I will do better than that. Okay, so this is now doing its testing of the head. It's only going to do it 10 times, though, or maybe 11. I don't know. Anyway, but even just that brushing makes a big difference. Because look, this thing is also old. It's been sitting around. And there's dust. Anyway, I had one the other day, and you may remember. It looked beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Pure beige, pure lovely. Oh yes, it's got to be great. 5-volt side was good. 9-volt side was cooked. Cut the thing off. That's the one I've been using to hold 64s up when I do the testing. So we have passed. That is beautiful. But this disc is going over here to be used for other things. Now, you know what? There is danger in what I'm about to do, but I'm going to do it anyway. I am taking the Write Protect sticker off of this disc, if I can. Well, if I can. See, they put that on there so that people, when they tested things, would not hurt their performance test disc, or their test demo disc, by saying, oh yeah, I'll run the performance test for this, and then wiping it out. Boy, this label has been on here for a goodly long time, and it is not coming off nice. But I think I have enough of it off that it would be okay. But it's probably been on there 40 years. Anyway, if you see it really, I mean, the notch is open, but it's not as clean as I would like. Anyway, why am I doing this? Well, I think I'll put this back in here. And I think I will list, I think it was 1845. And I think I'm going to change this to 25 for how many times it will torment. And now I'm going to type in save, quote, performance test 25, quote, comma 8. And I don't think I've gone over the number of characters, but we'll find out in a second. And of course we have an error. Maybe I went over. I will change that to performance 25. See if that makes a difference. And indeed it does. It does seem to be saving. Now, I must also now be careful. I'm going to load the directory, and that means the program is gone, but it should be on the disk. Performance 25 is on the disk. Now, I always have to now be careful, because that sticker is not going back on, to make sure that I never, ever, ever accidentally run the performance test while that disk is in. Never, ever, 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 ever. So, that's looking good. Actually, you know what I think I will do? Just as a last, finish this up. I'll put that disk back in. I will load performance 25. And then, being very careful, I will take this disk out. I will put this testing disk in. If I could do it. There we go. And I'm going to run it one last time. And let it do its magic. I shall. And let's see. That was a message from a fellow. He's had a broken key on a thing for a very long time, and then of course along came COVID and every other thing, and we just haven't got together. We haven't. You know what I really need to do? I need to tell you what I want, what I really, really want. Yes, tell me what you want, what you really, really want. There's a disc, not a disc, there's a box up here that has keys for a variety of machines that I took apart because they were parts machines, so I took them apart. I need to find that, and I think take it to the World of Commodore, because you never know. You never know, you know. So, this It has passed. It is doing its thing. Life is good. And this power supply is still reading a happy 5.2 volts. Life is good. So, and remember, this is the power supply that came with this Commodore 64. And I suspect at some point or another, this Commodore 64 was attached previously to this 1571 as well as this 1541. We still need to look more into those things. Now, the other thing, and we can't do it right at this instant, but we will, is here is Commodore 128. It too needs to be tested. And he did say at some point it had a cold solder joint, but that was corrected. I do see that the power LED looks like it's a little squirrely inside there, but that's not a big deal. Just looking over things. Yes, the warranty sticker has been removed and violated. It has the torque screws. I think they're all there. And it too has just a slight little tweak of yellowing, but not bad. Nothing that a little sunshine won't fix. Anyway, you know, these things have been sitting on. Now the keys, this is actually one where I think it would be a good candidate to, I don't know if you can see this. Okay, we're into the testing now. I can see if I can get this over here, past the microphone. Oh, there are some keys that, oh, like that really doesn't show up well, and I'm going to drop it. So, there are some keys here that have, oh, and one is stuck. The delete key is stuck. It really is stuck. Okay, so this, wow, this keyboard might really need to come apart. But hang on. Let's see if we can find a flat-headed bladed screwdriver to gently pry. Okay. So that key definitely doesn't want to stay up. Well, it does a little bit, but it really likes to stay down. Anyway, now that it's up, we will not torment it further at this time. The shift lock is, of course, down. That also happens. The caps lock is down. But we need to test this. And we will. Just put that back down over there. Okay. So this drive is doing its thing. I think what I do want to do just before we wrap it up today is put this power supply back into this 64 and reunite them and then see where that is noisy and just make sure that the 9 volts is okay. And how do you tell? Well, if the computer comes up, the 9 volts is okay. Generally, I find if it makes it kind of like a, oh, okay, this is fast. If it makes kind of a Frankenstein noise, then the 9 volts is bad. And that's when we cut. So here we have the power supply being reunited with its 64 from long ago. We'll turn it on. Ta-da! And it comes up. Oops. We'll change the colors. We'll load the directory. And it is indeed a test disk. It is. So, we're good. Power supply tested and seems to be fine. Oh, we still got some squeaky. Oh, boy, I've had higher hopes for that. What is squeaking so much? Oh dear. Oh well. I'll try not to move. So I guess the last thing I might do at this second, just for fun, is load Astra Quoteon 8,1, type in run. This is Summer Games, which may be a challenge for a disk drive, but it does seem, as I'm looking over there in the display here, that it's coming up. And I already hear a little bit of sound. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. And soon we should have the stunning opening ceremonies with the lighting of the flame, the doves flying in the sky, and the runner. Well, first the runner runs up and lights the flame. But you do remember the 1571 basically reverts. There we go. Lovely. Very lovely. So, we seem to be having success here. And so, I'll put Summer Games away. And I'm just going to feel up here, see if the drive feels incredibly warm or anything. It has a bit of... Oh, it's sitting on the 1541, so it's a little shaky. I've really been lucky that this light has not fallen. So, I think what I will do right now is... Where is the power switch? I'll turn the drive off. I'll turn the 64 off. I will let them rest. The monitor switch sometimes takes 2 presses to get it to go off. I will let this all rest. And then I will see. Oh, I see down there some stuff. Anyway, I will see about testing this Commodore 128 and perhaps reuniting it with the 1571. Perhaps I will. It may be that I need to shuffle the drives over a bit because the 128 is a little bit bigger. But mind you, I guess we got to see if it works first. So, there's the power supply. Ooh, okay. I know what. Before I forget, I need to turn over to here, and I need to write on the bottom of the power supply my findings. I put them right at the top above where it says power supply. I write it with a Sharpie, and I write 5.20. So I know that I've tested it. I know it can be trusted. And that is all I have to say about that at this moment. So thanks for coming. We'll see you again soon. From the box room, David Bradley, signing off.